Hey everyone, I'm Swarali. I'm from Maharashtra. Welcome back to my channel. This is day 4th of how I learned English. So in previous video on day 3rd, I told you that you have to do the daily routine practices, like you have to do the sentence practice of your morning to night activities, whatever you do, like from morning to night, what you do, that activities I told you to practice. So on day 4th, what you have to practice is that you have to do the simple present tense practice. Like that tense is the main thing. It is the main thing because you can't learn English from that tense without that, because every time you have to do the practice from that tense only. So on day 4th, you have to do the practice of simple present tense. So in that, everyone do the minor practices, the minor mistakes everyone make, that they forget to use s and es, the suffix and prefix they forget to add, and that's why like the sentence goes incorrect. And that's why you don't have to do that one, because like I was doing this practice like every day, because I was making a lot of mistakes from it, because every time I was just thinking, like I was saying that she go to the market, but it's incorrect. The correct form is that she goes to the market. So I think for many days I was struggling between these sentences, because the clarification which I was not able to just clarify between those two sentences. I was thinking both are same, but the truth is that both are not same. So on day 4th, you have to just understand the simple present tense, because that tense is very important. So like every time, and on the day 3rd, practices also depend on this tense, because every time daily routine is always said into the present tense, not into the complex sentences, or not into the simple past tense or simple future tense, but that tense is depend on simple present tense. And that's why this is the main thing. It's very important to do. You have to just make sure that you should learn this tense, or you should understand this tense by heart. Like you should not make these tiny mistakes, tiny errors. Like for example, you are making the errors between s and es, where to use it. So that's why this tense you have to understand it, like how, where the s and es are using, where to not to use them, like this. Because I struggled a lot between these. For example, he go to the market and I go to the market. I was not able to find the mistake between those sentences. I was thinking that both are same, but the truth is that both are not same. So what you have to do in simple present tense, you just have to make sure, like you just have to think that, like make a list of some sentences of simple present tense with he, she, it, because with them only we are using s and es. So like that, you have to make a bunch of sentences, and then you have to do the practices of every day, because whatever I am telling on day 1st, on day 2nd, you don't have to do all those things only on that first day, only on that particular day, but all those practices, all those techniques, all those methods, all those tips, you have to just practice every day. Like on day 1st, what I told you, that you have to follow for 90 days, on day 2nd to 90 days, like this. You have to do the practices, you have to do the methods. But so this practice, simple present tense practice, once you just understood this sentence, this tense, then definitely you will be able to speak at least 20% English, because like every time we are speaking with this tense only, because this tense is having that much power. So that's why if you learn this sentence, then definitely, like these sentences, you have to just make a bunch of sentences every time. You have to just make sure you have to revise it every time, read it every time. Like for example, understand the difference between the singular and the plural subjects. Once you have understood this, then definitely those errors which I was also making, so that you will not make. That's why the thing is necessary, that you have to understand between these sentences, that where to use s and where to use es, or where to not use them. So that's why once you have understood this, then definitely the English will be easy. So on simple present tense, like what you have to do is, after you have just make a bunch of the list of the sentences of tense, simple present tense, then at that time you have to, with simple present tense, you have to do a simple practice, which is like you have to just tell your daily routine. Like this is the practice of day third, so like you have to tell your routine without any error. Like just make sure that you should not learn that daily routine, you just have to speak it by heart from your mind, not to learn it like naturally. Like just make sure that you should sit somewhere and just naturally you have to say that sentence, say that daily routine without any error or without any, like you don't have to learn that one. Just naturally whatever comes to your mind, that only you have to say, because that is that much important. So once you have just achieved all these things, like if you are able to say your daily routine without any mistakes by your mind, then definitely you will be able to speak English very fast. So like most of the people are making mistakes here only. So like that simple present tense, you have to understood that sentence, like you have to understand it by heart. And after that, this practice, like daily routine practice, you have to do like by your mind. You have to say all those things which you do in your daily routine, like those things always come in the simple present tense only, not in other sentences, not in other tenses, because this is the main tense which we always use to say our daily routine, to tell our daily routine to someone else. That's why if you just have command over this tense, then definitely you will be able to like speak simple sentences. At least you will be able to speak naturally your daily routine, your morning to night activities. So that's why this practice you have to do, like the simple present tense practice and also the daily routine practice, like you have to say it by your mind. So that was all about today's day fourth video. Only this much I did today. So that's why, like not today but when I was learning, that time I did this only. So but every day I was doing the reading practice and other things which I already shared you, that you have to do your introduction practice and all. So like this, only this much practice you have to do today. So after all this practice, like after your introduction practice on which I said on day first, if you don't know that, then go and check the video. But on that day, on second day, on third day's practice, all you have to do with the day fourth practice. So yeah, that was all about today's video. Thanks for watching this video.